course, obviously.
Obviously. Hi, I'm Nicole, and this is Dylan, and we're from a Throttle Company in Columbus, Ohio, and this is You Asked For It, where we ask questions from the internet that range from silly to serious from a variety of sources. This one's from Google.
You should have been doing the intro the whole time. Okay.
What makes Moto Guzzi special is this topic. Ready and go.
That's the question?
That's the question.
The answer is easy. It's character. Wait, where character? I was trying to go the right direction for the reading. We joke about it when people say it's sort of the Moto Guzzi reviewers drinking game, but it's got a ton of character. The engine rocks to the side. It's sideways compared to most bikes, and it provides character.
Is Moto Guzzi a reliable motorcycle?
Very. I know this sounds funny, and we haven't always been Moto Guzzi dealers. We haven't always known much about Moto Guzzi. In the last 2 years, we've learned a lot. And when I first looked into them, that was my big question too. They're Italian. The other things I know that are Italian are not reliable, which is like Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Ducatis. So, no offense to people that have that, but I think that they usually are in pursuit of all-out speed and sexiness and whatever. Moto Guzzi is much more German in their engineering, and they care about reliability. They're one of the first brands to try to go 100,000 kilometers without a major service, and they did it.
Okay. Is Moto Guzzi expensive?
They're more expensive than Royal Enfields, which are pretty much the cheapest brand. One of the cheapest brands. Sort of in the expensive thing. The least expensive is about 8,000, which is a V7. The most expensive is somewhere around 18,000 US dollars. So there's your range. I wouldn't consider that expensive, but you do get a lot of bike for that money.
What? Where is the Moto Guzzi factory?
Mandello dell'Ario, and it is apparently controversial, but it is on Lake Como in Italy. Look it up. It is.
And that is where it has been from the inception of Moto Guzzi.
That's right. They're made basically on the same site since they've been made for over 100 years now. It was 1921 when they started.
Is Moto Guzzi shaft drive?
Yes, and they've almost always been that way. I mean, most of the Moto Guzzis that you think of are that way, but that's one of their. This is how I think about Moto Guzzi. I talked about character, but they think they got it right, and they don't care how anyone else does anything. So they just think that's the best thing. Chain drive is for the birds, and shaft drive is the best. And it is especially good because they have two different adventure bikes now. They have the brand new Stelvio, and they have the V85. And an adventure bike where you're driving across the country, or a sport touring bike like the V100, Mandello.
So the question next one was, does Moto Guzzi make a touring motorcycle?
Well, they do. They make a sport touring and an adventure touring, and it's both of those, V100s, Stelvio and Mandello. And they are great.
Are Moto Guzzis easy to maintain?
Yes. They're getting less easy to maintain. I know that sounds like a weird question and maybe controversial, but Moto Guzzi is owned by Piaggio, which also owns Aprilia. And so a lot of that Aprilia stuff is getting integrated. Modern emissions dictates that you have to be sort of water cooled and things like that. That makes things a little bit more complicated. And being European, they want you to get it serviced at the dealer. And so some of those things are dealer only, but traditionally, yes. Anything but the brand newest, definitely yes. Newest, pretty easy, especially with the shaft drive, but not the easiest.
Final question. Why ride a Moto Guzzi?
This is a tricky one, but I think that it's not something I can put into words. You have to experience it for yourself. So go take a test ride at a dealer or us or something, ride a friend's. But if you rode that yourself, then you would know the answer. It's just, you have to ride it yourself.
Agreed. And y'all asked for it. You're supposed to high five. Don't leave me hanging.
I would never. Maybe.